Amigos, welcome back to lesson number 12. Now we're going to go on a little trip to Japan, and we're going to look at a system called the Kaizen system. I don't know if you have any experience with it, or you know somebody, or you have studied it, or you have worked in a company who has been implementing the Kaizen system. But from my point of view, this is a phenomenal system which we can use how to improve our business and even how to improve our personal life. So let's look at it. So first of all, what do these American companies have in common? Ford, Lockheed Martin, Intel, General Electric, and Harley Davidson. These 5 companies and many others, they have one thing in common. They have all implemented the Kaizen system into their company and into their business. And this helped them to overcome difficulties, low sales, etc., low quality, etc., to bring their company to another level. Now, but what is this Kaizen system? Basically, the Kaizen system, it's a combination of different quality improvement systems. And after the Second World War, as you probably know, Japan was pretty much very destroyed. And several American consultants and business people came to Japan to help their businesses to develop, to grow, to come out of the whole war situation. And one of the most famous one was Edward Deming. And Deming was a very interesting guy. He was focused very much on quality control, statistic, measure, even the little details so you could improve on it. And the Japanese, they were listening to what they were learning, and they were looking, all right, we're not Americans, so we cannot do exactly like they are doing, but we need to Japanize what they are doing. And they created their own system, and they called it the Kaizen system. And the Kaizen system, it's a system of continuous improvements. And the definition is Kai means change, Zen means better, and Kaizen, it's a continuous improvement system by everybody, every day, everywhere. And what is very interesting about the Kaizen system, it's a system of small little improvements constantly. We never give up in improvement things. And if we look at it, we have revolution and evolution. So Kaizen, it's an evolution system, because the whole concept is if we continuously do little improvement over time, we have very strong improvement and we have much stronger stability. Because when you want big changes immediately, very fast, maybe you don't put the foundation there. So you shake the boat because you don't have the stability. But if you use a Kaizen system, over time you can know huge improvements. And if you look at some of the very famous companies in Japan, many of them are worldwide known as very high quality companies where they are creating very good products, etc. Now, the Kaizen philosophy or the concept of it, this is to develop a culture in the company where the whole team is actively engaged in improving the company. Now, this is a very interesting system. And this is the difference between when you have a top-down management and involvement from the top down, they tell everybody what to do. Here it is where we work together. And everybody's looking, how are we going to improve this business? What can we do? Still, you have bosses and you still follow the boss's orders. But the bosses are listening to the team because the team are out there on the front. They are dealing with everything. They deal with the clients, the production, the administration, etc. And we can learn from them if we listen to them. And that's the idea. So we want this culture where we are all together and we want to improve our company and our business activity. Now imagine you have a company where everybody is pitching in. everybody have the same mission. We want to improve what we got here. We want to improve, because they reach our vision of the future, and we work together to do that. Now, that is the strength, just like a football team, are focused together to win the game. Now, the second part, it is what is called the Kaizen action plan. So this is where you organize specific actions that are focused on improving specific areas in the company. So first of all, it is the mentality, the mindset of the people. We want to improve things. And the next step is, okay, what exactly are we going to improve? How are we going to do that? Because, of course, you cannot improve everything in one time at the same moment with everybody. But you need to make a plan. When do we improve what? Today, there are many books written about it. The very basic ones written by Masaki Imai. He wrote this book called Kaizen, The Key to Japan's Competitive Success. And he's founder of the Kaizen Institute in Tokyo. And this is a very technical book. He's kind of written by an engineer for engineers. So this is very detailed oriented. Another book here, this is written by John Miller and some others, to create a Kaizen culture. And Robert Maurer, so it is one small step can change your life, the Kaizen way, which is very different approaches, because today so many companies are using the Kaizen system because we want to create this philosophy, the concept. We are all together in this. Together we can make things better. And this is now used not just in big plants like Toyota, which made the Kaizen system world famous because that's how they became one of the best car manufacturers in the world. But also there's hospitals who have implemented the Kaizen system, hotels, restaurants, even in the family, you can use the Kaizen system. Now, if we take a bigger production company like Toyota, etc., there is what they call the 12 Kaizen target areas. About customer service can be improved, quality can be improved, cost can be lowered, schedule can be improved, delivery and production time, setup time can be reduced, inventory, we can reduce unnecessary stock, safety can reduce possible accidents, people, we can improve the workers' skills or the people skills, equipment, we will improve the downtime and efficiency. Environment, we can improve the air quality. Visuals, by using colors so we can find things easier. And the location of where we keep things so we can reduce unnecessary motion. So these are very specific areas where we can either reduce unnecessary things or we can improve things. So the concept is we want to lower waste, get rid of waste, and we want to make things more effective so we can improve the quality and effectiveness of what we are doing. We are put together into 4 key Kaizen areas. So first of all, you need to have a good product. If you don't have a good product which has high quality and good result for your client, of course, it's going to be very, very hard to make a successful business today. Because today, people expect high quality and good result for whatever they buy. So that is, of course, the foundation of any business. Do you have something of value you can bring to the market? Now, and then, of course, these are the 3 key areas that we are dealing with. We have the golden key of teamwork, we have the golden key of sales, and the golden key of customer service. So these 3 key areas, now we are doing this one here, professionalism and teamwork. But you can also purchase our other 2 programs, how to increase sales and how to increase customer service. Now, this is to make it more simple, easier to understand, etc. Now, what is very interesting in Japan, how do they unite the people? So here you see on this picture where it's a big company, they get everybody together in the morning and they're together reading aloud the company's mission statement. Why are we here? What are we doing? Now, why would they do this on a regular basis? To keep being focused on why are we here? Why are we doing what we are doing? I don't say you have to dress the same way and you have to get everybody together, but you can get some ideas from it, because even though Japan is doing what they are doing, but if you have an American company, you need to Americanize what they are doing and maybe implement some of the successful actions. And like we said previously, here we saw in this company here where all these people have the 25th anniversary, which is amazing. And they're still smiling, enjoying the company, etc. And then there's one movie which we can recommend. This is called Jiro Dreams of Sushi. Very interesting movie. And here we really understand the Kaizen principle of continuous little improvement. Jiro is the guy in the middle, and his sons and I think grandsons here, that he has been making sushi all his life. Now he's 80-something years old. And he's still thinking, well, there's still things I don't know about sushi. I can still make my sushi just a little bit better. So his restaurant is a small little restaurant in the center of Tokyo. It's a world-famous restaurant, not a very big one, but hugely in demand. But the the movie is very interesting to get this concept of how to improve things and bring it to the next level. I have personally been to Japan several times with groups of business owners where we visit different Japanese companies to see how do they do it? How come they're so successful? What are they doing for making it? What ideas can we take from it? So we were sitting every day. We do a little brainstorm session in the morning to see what are we going to look for today, which companies to visit. And in the evening, we sit down and brainstorm. What did you learn today? What ideas did you get? What can you implement in your business, etc.? And one thing is very interesting in Japan, they really like uniforms to get people to feel we're part of a team, we're part of a group, just like you see in sport. Sports teams, they have their own uniform, colors, etc. And even you often see the fans are somehow dressing in similar ways. Maybe not the full uniform, but they have maybe just the baseball cap on, or they have a scarf, or they have a T-shirt with their team's colors or logos, etc. And the whole concept here, it is to create this kind of team spirit for everybody to know, well, we are part of this team, and there's some kind of symbols that shows. So think about it. How does it fit in your company? I don't know. But even if you fly with airplanes, you see the air hostesses and the staff all have uniform on to show we are part of this team. You can trust us. We are professional. Even though we're up in the air, it seems very dangerous, but we know what we are doing. All right, so how do we implement it? What do we do? So first of all, we need to constantly analyze. Look at your production. Look at your result. Look at it under the loop or the microscope and see how is it? What can we improve on? What can we make better in our company? Just like a doctor will do, when a doctor sits with a patient, he's analyzing, he's investigating. What problem does this patient have? What can we make better? What are the symptoms? And what are the root causes of these symptoms, etc.? And here it is just like you're like a Sherlock Holmes. You're out there looking, all right, what are the clues? What are there some waste going on here we can get rid of? Are there some areas we can improve on? So the idea here is we have two hands. With the one hand, we eliminate waste. Are there some unnecessary stuff? Are we wasting our time, etc.? Are there some things we shouldn't be doing, but we are doing? And with the right hand, then we improve things, how to make things better, and so on. And here you're looking into your company, analyzing how are the interaction between the team and the clients. How do they do? What can be improved on? How do they communicate with each other? Are they in dialogue? Not just the technical things. We're not just talking about the material, the physical improvement, but also the soft skills, the mindset of people. How can we be more service-oriented? How to create better dialogue between each other? How to solve problems better, etc. Now, there's a second movie which we also can recommend. Very interesting. Maybe you have seen it. This is with Richard Gere. It's called Hachiko. Now, this is a true story about a dog in Japan, in Tokyo. His owner, he was a university professor in one of the universities in Tokyo, long time ago, I forgot what year. Now, and what was very interesting here, this is an American version of the Japanese story based on this true story. And the owner, the professor and the dog, they really are so loyal to each other. They have this huge affection for each other. They are friends with each other. Like you have seen, many dogs are very loyal to their owners. Now, and what is happening? Every morning when the professor goes to work, he takes the train, go to the center of Tokyo, and the dog goes with him. But because they lived at that time a little bit outside Tokyo, then he went home. And in the evening, when you could hear the whistle of the train is returning, he was running excited down to the train station and waiting for his owner, the professor, to come out. But as you maybe have seen in the movie, one day the professor dies of a heart attack at the university and he doesn't come home. So for the next, I think it was about 9 years, the dog, Hachiko, is waiting at the train station for his professor to come home, but he never comes home. This became a very, very famous story in Japan. And even at that time, newspaper reporters came, took pictures, wrote articles about the loyalty of the dog. Now, and they then look at why is it only a dog who should be so loyal to his master or to his owner? What about other areas of our life? Should we also be loyal to each other? Loyal in the family, loyal at work, loyal to our country, etc. Now, and this is a very interesting concept. And what they're doing, they're teaching this story to the children from school. So they're all aware of this, let's say, mindset of loyalty to each other, to our family, to our company, and to our country. Now, can you imagine, or can you see that in many countries around the world today, they could use with a little bit more loyalty to each other? And maybe this could make a better world. And I don't mean it in some naive way. I understand out there, it's a tough world. It's very extreme, but we're working on improving things. And we can do whatever we can from our influence, from our life, to make things a little bit better. Now, this story is so famous that now it's called the Shibuya train station, they erected this statue of Hachiko. And I came there several times with my wife, and it was amazing to see how people were coming there. Some were crying, they were hugging, they were putting scarves around him, etc. And it was very touching because when you know the story, you can really see, wow, this is amazing. This is the right mindset, how we can improve things in our life. But like I said before, it's up to you. You have to see, what do you want? I'm not saying you have to follow this principle, ideas exactly. How do you want it? What do you want in your life? What type of business do you want? It's your choice. It's your life. It is your family or it's your business, etc. But what do you want to get? What do you want to reach? How ambitious are you? What material things do you want? What non-material do you want, etc. So how we do this, it's very simple system. So first of all, you make what we call the Kaizen list. So sit down, write a list. What do you want to improve on? And again, this can be two key things. What do you want to minimize? Are there some activities? If you're spending 2 hours a day watching TV series, maybe you want to lower it to 1 hour, half an hour. And maybe you want to improve some areas to do more fitness, spend more quality time with your relatives, or not sit and watch your smartphones all the time, but then really communicating with each other. So this in our personal life. So this Kaizen list, write everything down. What improvements would you like to see? And then you take one of these points and now you make what is called the Kaizen plan. So you write down specifically what area do you want to improve on. Either do you want to minimize something or improve on something specifically. Second, who is responsible to do it? Who is involved in doing it? Because somebody got to be responsible. If nobody is responsible, probably it's not going to happen. And the third one, why do you want to improve this area? This is a very interesting point, because here we want to get more motivated to do it. Because sometimes you say, well, yeah, I need to do fitness, or we need to increase sales, or we need to lower our expenses. But why do you want that? Involve everybody until we are really go, wow, it actually is very, very important. Because if you just take about our health and fitness, you don't want to wait until you're really sick before you start to improve on your health and fitness. And then, of course, the fourth one, how are you going to improve this area? What are the specific actions we need to do? And the final one, what result do you want to achieve? So this is a very simple system, how to improve on something. And you can do this for any activity in your life. So the assignments. Assignment number 1, create your company's Kaizen list. Now, this Kaizen list can be one for the whole company or one for each specific department or each specific area of the company. But you gotta sit down with your team and look at what do we want to improve on. Not just where you come as the boss and you need to improve on this area, you need to do something. No, it's a we activity. It's a teamwork. We want to see better things. It's like the standard, the football team or the rugby team. We want to improve on it so that we are functioning better. We have better results together. And after you've written your company's Kaizen list, now you can go to assignment number 2. Then you create your company's Kaizen plan. Now write down exactly what do you want to improve on, who is responsible, why do you want to improve on it, how are you going to improve it, and what specific result do you want to achieve. And really discuss it with your colleagues, because I've seen it so many times. People go, oh yeah, that will be nice to do certain things. Yeah, it will be nice to do fitness, or yeah, to work with social media would be nice. But to be nice, it's not enough to do it, because the more you want, the bigger the barriers are going to be. And the bigger the barriers, the stronger our mindset, our intention to break through these barriers. We have to be stronger. The more problems there is in the world, the stronger and smarter we have to be so we can deal with it. You know the law of the jungle. Only the strongest will survive. Not just the strongest, but the strongest and the smartest will survive. We gotta be strong and smart. So after you've done this for your company, discuss it with your colleagues, make sure everybody's on the same page. It's such a powerful system. When you do it, don't expect immediately to 2x or 5x or 10x your activity. You do it 1x, 1.5x, 2x, 2.5, etc. So you bit by bit constantly improving, but you're creating the stability of this improvement. Not that you improve things and you're crashing. and you go up and you're crashing. Or you have, maybe you heard the yo-yo effect. You want to get fit, you go on a special diet program, you work very hard for a few months, you lose all the weight, and then finally you say, I made it, boom, and you put all the weight on again. We don't want to achieve that. We want to achieve stability. We want to have this marathon mindset. All right, now for your personal life, do exactly the same. Create your personal Kaizen list. This can be for your personal activities at work, and it can be for your personal activities in your private life. And then make your Kaizen plan. What do you want to improve? Who is involved in it? Why do you want to do it? How are you going to do it? And what specific result do you want? And even in the family, involve your team, which is your relatives. Explain to them about Kaizen. Imagine your children. They go to school or institute, etc. They're on this process of constant little improvements, and you want to help them to get better. And they can also learn the Kaizen system. You don't have to call it the Kaizen system. You can call it whatever you want. There are today so many quality improvement systems that you can read about for business, for family, etc., etc. All right, amigos, what do you think? Do you like this idea of constant little improvements, the Kaizen way? And read books about it. I read several books, and it was really a good inspiration, first of all, to get motivated for it, but also to understand the system better so you can see which of these ideas you really want to use. All right, do the assignments, and I look forward to see you at the next lesson.